Greetings, gentlemen. This is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and I'm going to give you a little analogy because I think men need to learn to respect their own value in life, negotiations and whatnot. You know, it's going to be a little odd, a little obscure at first. A couple of analogies. You got a family driving through the middle of nowhere in the desert, and there's no cell phone signal. These days, probably cell phone signal everywhere, but maybe there's no cell phone signal because it's that remote and there's no natural resources that they can perceive that are worth a shit to dig into this ground for. But there's a highway going through there, and it's 110 degrees, and they're doing 70-something miles an hour down this freeway highway. Let's say highway. The only reason that they are enjoying the comfort of their car is because their car has AC. And hopefully their tires are rated for 110 degrees. Probably a stupid idea to drive during, the day, middle of the day. Now, one might argue there's less animals on the road. But on the other side, you might argue that your engine coolant is going to have to work that much harder. The engine's going to have to work harder. Everything's going to have to work harder, and the tires might explode. Now, hopefully, someone else comes along that can help you and save you if you are completely foobarred and that car breaks down for some reason. If not, ask yourself this: how long would it take you to cease to exist versus that car? That car can be repaired. You, on the other hand, will be dead. You and your family, if something doesn't go right really quick, you're dead. And you would not take this risk back in the day. You would take a different route that doesn't require you to go through a 110-degree desert. You'd be more conscious of that. Another great example is back in the 90s and early 2000s, all those movies of the car breaking down in a snowstorm or getting stuck in the middle of nowhere, and you wonder, why the fuck did you go the back road? Well, it said the weather was fine, there's no risk of snow, we could save 30 miles. And, someone gets on a dirt road for some reason, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with you? Sometimes I think those movies were a warning to stupid people. If it's the middle of winter, you should probably stay on the fucking freeway, where there's lots of traffic and other people that if something goes wrong, someone can help you. Snowplows, too, to help, keep the roads clean. But no, inevitably, you have a case every once in a while of somebody following the GPS, and the man tries to walk off to find anything. They have no cell phone signal, no nothing. They're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And you are potentially looking at an icy fate. This is a lot of the reason, if you're a trucker, for instance, when you're driving through the northern regions and you might get stuck in a blizzard, you should always top off your tank if you get the option. That way, guaranteedly, you have how many days worth of fuel. So the reality of it is that truck, that car, whether it's the desert, the icy conditions, it is fine. If the people were laying dead in the car or outside of it, guess what? The car would, hopefully, there's no dead bodies in it, but the car could be, repaired. Maybe it needs a new battery because the battery's dead because it's been sitting there for months or years. Who knows? Probably not years, but you get my point. Next spring, someone comes along and needs some fuel. Maybe it needs a new tire. As were the people that are wholly dependent off of that car's performance because they put themselves into these horrible situations. Oh no, they're fucking foobarred. Now let's take this to a MGTOW moment. See, I see MGTOW as not just walking away from women, but walking away from a bad deal. Because it's not just women that enforce this shit. It's men, women, society, moreover. I don't care whether you're capitalist or communist or whatever. Without men doing what they do, society goes down the goddamn drain. Imagine for a second, much like that car, every man collectively, this will never happen because the moment, it's just like this, everybody's out for their own. So if every man just for a moment said, honey, I've got a headache, I don't feel like going to work. That sexless marriage you hear about where the guy's only still married because he loves his kids and doesn't want to lose everything in divorce. Yeah, he collectively says that line, that old classic line, I have a headache. I don't feel so good. Like the headache is the one you can't prove, right? You can't prove she doesn't have a headache. It's not like a cold, not like I have a headache. Oh, I have a headache. Imagine if guys said that, if we collectively had a breakdown. And that's the thing, society knows it needs you. So much like that car or the parts to that car, did you take care of? Did you change the oil filters? Did you take care of the tires? Society gets away with doing fuck all shit for you. In fact, they place that on you, and you should have a lot of that placed on you. But if you're going to have that placed on you, then you should expect value for what you're providing. For the value you provide, you should expect value from society. I don't care what system you come from. Some cultures still have some respect for their men because they recognize men keep shit going. Men fight the wars. Men build all shit. Women make babies. That's true. But the effort of a woman to make a baby, as much like TFM said, is the equivalent to someone taking a shit. It's not an improved effort. It's like, hey, you picked the right guy, hopefully, and he jizzed in you, and you said, I'm going to not take the pill. Fuck it, and let's have a baby. That's about all you really have to do. And you find it amazing as a man sometimes. This, at least I found amazing. A woman can literally just, that's all she has to do, and she'll get a free fucking apartment, welfare, food stamps, tax-free child support, alimony potentially. All she has to fucking do. But you as a man, they would never tolerate that level, that lack of level of performance. You're talking about a woman who doesn't even have the capabilities. Not all women, mind you, not all, but a lot of these women who have less capability than a fucking wheelbarrow. They don't even have a wheel. They are literally a drag on the situation. They expect these men to go out for being thankless, to go out and provide all this stuff. And the men don't even get the respect. They don't get, like, some guys have talents and skills and they're treated like a luxury car. You can think whether it's an old Ford van or a Pinto or some shit like that, or a Pontiac Phoenix, or is it a Mercedes-Benz? Is it a Duesenberg? Is it something of high value? But all the same, the vehicle is still used the exact same. It's not appreciated for all that it brings to the world. To some degree, the shininess of the vehicle. What clothes does it wear? What bars does it go to? Where does it live? But it's still just treated like a vehicle. And that is your average man. Because look at these NBA stars, these sports stars, where they're paying like $20,000 something a month. No child needs that shit. He is still, despite his elevated status, he is still treated like no different than a fucking old Ford van. He's still just a vehicle for someone else's things, issues, ambitions. And you know, part of the reason they want to make sure that you as a poor man see that rich guy getting fucked over, because they want to know if that guy's getting fucked over, you damn well know they can do it to you at any given point. And that's part of the negotiation. Because remember, if collectively all us guys, all us vehicles to the future, decided we didn't want to deal with this shit, the world would stop. It would just stop. No food moving, no oil, no science going on, nothing superior happening. No improved effort. The world would fucking cease to exist. And no, men will never collectively get together like that because every man's out for himself, which is understandable because we're in mate tournament species. But it's taking yourself and deciding that I'm not going to be treated like a fucking car. I'm going to be treated, I'm going to demand better treatment. And if I can't get it from the world, well, at the very least, I'm not going to give away to the world, whether it's, you know, if you're a communist and you hate capitalism, or if you're a capitalist and you hate communism, both societies have no problem exploiting you, taking from you. And I'm not telling you to shut down, go ghost, go be, you know, basically, you know, faking crazy for a welfare check. I've known guys that do that. No, what I'm saying is that if you're going to go out and work for you, make the money for you, do it for you. And when people come to you, expect something. Even friends, family, people that, if they're not good and there isn't reciprocity between you, like you do good for them, they do good for you. They come up asking you for something, make them negotiate. They want you to help them move. Tell them if let's say they're an electrician. Hey man, I need that lamp changed. I want to take that ceiling fan down and I want to put a light up there. You know, can you do that for me? And make it an agreement. And if they don't fucking hold to their word, you ditch those motherfuckers. When it comes to women, you know, don't tolerate the crazy shit. And to some degree, I'd argue at this point, you know, when this isn't just girlfriends or baby mamas or anything like that, or wives or any of that shit. It's every one of them, including your family and friends. Expect something. Because I'm telling you, man, the world has no problem sending, even once they've wrecked that sports car, whether it's that NBA star, NFL or whatever, once they've wrecked that and it goes to the crusher, the world fucking moves on. And they try to recycle out of you whatever they can. They stand around your funeral, the same people that didn't help you when you were suffering, struggling. The hero's journey on the way up, they weren't there for that shit. Now, these people are there waiting like vultures to collect what they can get out of you. Throughout the course of your life, it was about getting what resources they could get. Expect something. And go out and be willing to be on your own. Be solitude. If the world doesn't want to... Look, you can only ask so much of the world. And you have to be willing to leave it behind. If the world isn't willing to work with you, then tell the world to go fuck itself. And go do your own thing. Spend your time improving yourself. Recognize you're 20 for a brief time. I'm almost 40. But I can tell you that if I had, say, gone out trucking in my early 20s, like 21, because they won't let you do it at 18, they'll let you get your license, but you can't do OTR, I could have retired at 35, easy. Fucking easy. Retired at 35. They want you to be frivolous. They want you to devalue yourself. They want you to get stuck in a situation where you're easily exploitable. You're a young man, no wife, no kids, and you know the game's rigged, like me. Go out and make what you can make for yourself. But when they want something from you, you make them make sure that they're negotiating to give you something. Don't be a yes man. Don't be kind. It's like the saying, don't be kind, but don't be rude. But expect something from people. So I've rambled on this for a while. I just find it astounding how men get treated like the garbage, even though if we stopped, there would be no fucking world. So anyhow, take it easy. This is OTR Ogre and Corgi. You all have a good day.